when it comes to dealing with the issue of climate change.
By
This was
fracking.
Bill Nye the Science
And the
Guy.
way it's going to change our life
And these days it
immediately
seems
is
that
higher
it's
energy
relevant
and
that
potentially
we have these heat waves coming very early from these seasons from one of the western states.
more on climate. We would have had these.
Are inducing climate change here on Earth, and it's happening now on larger and larger scales.
I think the biggest problem with climate change and dealing with it is how companies deal with the climate. And typically, we can see that global carbon emissions is primarily due to companies.
I've been around 57 years. And yeah, I know climate changes, but I haven't seen, like I said, I've been outdoors my whole life too. Every summer it's hot, every winter it's cold. Some summers are hotter than others, some winters are colder than others. And you can collect all that data and you can come up pretty much with any answer you want to.
We need an incentive for these companies to switch to green energy to reduce their carbon footprint.
Fuel companies hire vast amounts of people who have been trained to do the jobs they're doing. So in order to shut that industry down, you're going to lose trillions and trillions of dollars, not just in income for those companies, but in income for those people, because those people are going to have to go to work in some renewable energy company, which is possible, but now you've got to spend time retraining everybody, getting people in a different mindset. People who are used to driving automobiles that use gas are going to have to get used to driving automobiles on electricity.
And just shutting down an industry is devastating. The communities, the cities are up there that are dependent on it. I mean, it is a very serious thing in West Virginia and Western Colorado and a few other places. It's not, you don't, as a policy-making decision, you have to take multiple things into consideration. And climate change is only one of many very serious considerations when you're making policy impacting people's lives.
Yes, it needs to be a transition, because like many things, we can't just stop fossil fuels because, again, it will cut people out of jobs. It will massively harm our energy production. So we need to it needs to be a transition away from, which is what we need to start now. Because if in the future, in 10 years, if we still are over relying on him, then we have to cold turkey, and then that's when you have economic collapses. You need to start the transition now.
Renewables are a wonderful thing. There are pros and cons with them. The pros are they're cleaner. The cons are they're riskier. We saw a little bit of that from the storm last year, where wind turbines froze. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that. Natural gas lines froze too, so it hit both sides of the coin. That was a sustainability and a risk management issue, more than an issue of renewables versus not.
We don't benefit from it at all right now, and that's what people are going to want in order to really move over. They got to see, again, sure, we want a clean climate and we want all this, but people are driven by right now money.
If a corporate entity refuses to switch over to green energy, it realistically is our responsibility to strike them, or try to make sure they aren't as profitable as they were before. Try to make it so that them staying on a carbon footprint isn't profitable for them anymore, because that's the reason why they're staying there. They're staying there because it's profitable. Many of these corporations won't change unless they see a dip in their bottom line. So we as humans and we as a society need to boycott them if our government's not going to do anything about it.
Sure, we can cut back on pollution, and we've done a tremendous job of that. As far as our automobiles are concerned and stuff like that, they put out very little pollution, and yet the politician continues to tell us that there's a climate change problem and we need to fix it.
What the government can do, I talked about this earlier, you need to put a carbon tax. You need to have incentives for these companies to switch over to renewable energies. you can't have a money incentive. Like, your only thing can't be a money incentive, because if it's a money incentive, most companies are going to stay in fossil fuels because that's what worked for them for so far. But it also needs to have environmental, like, it needs to implement policies. Like, it needs to implement, like, you need to do this, or we're going to, like, financially stipend you. Like, we're going to, like, put quotas on you if you don't switch over to renewable energies.
The government is the least trusted institution that we interact with. If you just look at their poll numbers, why do you want the government to do that versus some other entity? Nonprofits are usually very well regarded. Companies with good brand names are usually highly regarded, maybe above average. But Congress always falls at the bottom of the least trusted institutions. So if that institution who is least trusted is being asked to do things that a bare majority of the country wants, what success can we possibly have? So are they the right ones to be trying to get things done?